You were a fighter, people counted out in this fight, now you're winning, doing the circuits, everybody giving you a lot of credit. How's the moment feel right now?
I told y'all motherfuckers. I told everybody, listen. Nobody want to listen. And I specifically told you.
You did?
I specifically told you. So, yeah. You guys get involved. You guys probably have this on your heart.
Rolly, you and Ryan rematch. Is that something that you're interested in right now?
I mean, yeah, if he wants to do a rematch, you know, like I said, I don't know if he's like mentally well to have a rematch. You know, aside from that, you know, I feel like he does have other obligations with somebody else. Like that, I don't think too many people are very interested in seeing. But, I mean, if you have obligations, you should honor your obligations.
At the Friday's performance, Dofimo called you and himself crazy boxing. How do you feel about that statement?
I agree. Anything regarding me being the face of boxing, I agree with. So.
Are you guys cool again? You and Teofimo? Guys?
Yeah, I forget. I forget. Like, right after you won the fight, we gave each other a hug. Honestly, I forget long before that because I'm not really a vengeful person that holds grudges.
Well, you have a lot of celebrity friends. Which one picked you up after the fight? Or they all did?
The moral technique was good the whole time. His favorite.
I'll tell you, like, this is the greatest rapper of all time. And honestly, probably the greatest shit talker in music, so. I don't know, I haven't really checked too much my phone, you know. Like I said, I still have notifications I haven't even opened up.
You know, Rolly, heading into the fight, it was thought like, you know, Rolly has a puncher's chance, he'll have to punch with Ryan, but was this fight actually the culmination of the mature Rolando Romero? And it showed by outboxing him. And yeah, this is a different Rolando Romero than the guy who won a title at 35. This is a culmination of a different, matured Rolly.
By the time you look, when I was at 35, bro, my fights at 35, like, you know, I was fighting like 37, 38, all that stuff, right? And eventually when I fought for the title, I fought 35. It happened right after COVID, right? So, I mean, it was like 5-6 months of not training, really. So, I reacted, my body had already moved up in weight. But that time I was already 40 pounds, killing myself for 35. You can see, like, the dynamic of my whole boxing career, right? Of like where I was knocking out everybody in the first, second round, right? But I mean, I was like, bro, you know, I want to go. You know, when I decided, you know, I stayed down there. I defended it, and I got a big shot with Tank, you know. That got delayed, you know. And clearly, like by that time, all those fights I should have been a 140 pounder, you know. By the time I was at 40, I should have been a 47 pounder. I was calling out. I was calling out Arrow after to fight him right after I fought. They told me to skip 40 and go straight 47. But I got an opportunity at 40 and I stayed at 40, you know, and I won the bout at 40. But I should have been at 47 for a very long time, and I think it's very apparent that I should have been. I mean, how do I move up in weight and get a lot faster, more explosive? That doesn't make sense. You actually get slower usually when you go move up in weight. Or am I wrong about that? I don't even remember the question. I just started.
Like, is it all just the weight, or was it a change in your style too?
It was clearly the weight. No, it was clearly the weight. And you guys couldn't really see me box early on in my career because I was flatlining people within the first 2 rounds.
You know, you always would tell me Floyd Mayweather, the number one thing you took from him was the jab to the body, and that.
I mean, I think that's a money punch for me, right? It's always been a money punch for me from the beginning. That punch will break you little by little. I mean, I've dropped people with it, so.
Did Floyd talk to you about? Did you talk about the fight with Floyd afterwards?
No, I didn't. I just spoke to Floyd.
Raleigh, what did you make of all these different experiences that the guys had? Like for you, you had so much to fight for coming in. But guys like Ryan Garcia, Devin,
I think I don't need to fight for. I had to fight for myself.
title.
I had to fight for myself.
Okay, but Canelo, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, all kind of flat. What do you make of that?
Look, it comes down to this, like, I'm tired of people, and like I said, this is coming from a fighter, but you guys shouldn't be overpaying fighters, because then it makes them not want to perform, especially when you have fights lined up for the next fight and all that stuff, right? And it's sad because it's taken away, like, oh, all I gotta do is fucking survive this fight for the next paycheck, and it's been going on. It's been going on for a very long time, and it's really messing up people. It's like, you guys gotta do it like the UFC does. Like, you do a shit performance, fuck y'all ain't getting no damn money. Like, and that's why it's taking away the hunger of these fighters, where it's like, well, they got a guaranteed check next. Like, all these motherfuckers keep protecting their I'm undefeated. Like, look, I have 2 losses, right? Both my losses come from big fights, but it's never derailed anything. I'm still here. They can't take me away. I keep coming back. Like, yeah, y'all think I'm gone. I come back again and again and again. Yeah, because I have balls and I keep fucking going after what the hell I want. Unlike these other dudes, they want to protect their They want to be like, oh, it's not enough money, so I'm not gonna fight all this stuff. Like I said, I fight for belts and I fight for legacy. These guys, they all only fight for money, and it's sad and it's destroying the sport.
Did you get paid
Yeah, I got paid, but I mean,
all fully?
yeah, but it's not gonna. But yeah, I got paid for it.
You got paid more than David Haney.
I'm pretty sure I did.
Will Haney have a fight on your undercard again?
Nah, he put the crowd to sleep before I got out. But it's alright, I woke him back up.
Did you feel you had the pressure of kind of performing after what Haney did in that fight?
Look, bro, I didn't even watch that. Bro, I swear, I watched like a round of that fucking had the TV on, bro. I just hear him, bro, and I swear, I was warming up, bro, and I was like getting like slumped, right? And I'm like, bro, I can't watch this, bro. I gotta warm up for this fight, bro. I'm gonna be half asleep. Maybe that's what happened to Ryan. Maybe he was watching Devin's fight too much.
Were you surprised Ryan didn't bring it more?
Yeah, he's probably watching Devin's fight. He probably, just woke up.
No, but seriously, were you surprised he can't give you more than what you got?
He gave me the best.
You thought that was his best?
Yeah, he was a focused Ryan Garcia. Or was he not focused? Is anyone gonna try to say he wasn't focused that whole fight, that whole camp and everything? He didn't do any of the bullshit he did. He was the most focused person I've ever seen ever, because Ryan takes me seriously, he's gonna take me seriously because he knows me. But like I said, I know him too well, so I know exactly how he's gonna come and where he's gonna come. And I think even he was surprised.
You seem to be different, Rolando, than you were when you fought Devontae. You seem to be more humble. Tell us what brought that.
Well, this wasn't a trash talk fight. Ryan's like a gazelle, right? He's like over there eating like his grass and all this stuff, and it's like just frolicking through the savannah. And like if I go up to him like too fast, he's gonna run away, So you gotta handle him with a lot of care and patience,
Ryan spoke about the atmosphere. It didn't feel like a boxing match.
I don't know, it felt like a boxing match. So. If you're getting punched in the face, it feels like a boxing match. Right or wrong? You gonna tell me it doesn't feel like a boxing match if you're getting punched in the face? Bullshit excuse.
Rolly, Ryan's known for his left hook, but he didn't really throw it that much against you. Why do you think he was
I neutralized it. The second he threw one left hook, what happened? He got dropped. He never threw it again because, like I said, and the only reason he didn't get knocked out cold is because he didn't throw at all. He didn't even take a single risk. He fought to survive at that point. He tried in the third round to keep going a little bit, but he realized that the second he opened up, he was going to get knocked out.
Really, in the lead into the fight, nobody caught this. But Haney's going at it with Tito, Ryan's going out with Haney. You're sitting there with your legs on the table, smiling and leaning backwards. What were you thinking?
All my kids are fighting. I just I took that one from my dad. I remember me and my sister. arguing and fighting and all that stuff, right? My dad would just sit up and put his feet on the table and just watch and laugh, you know? It just reminded me of my dad, you know? It's like, I truly became him. And yeah, you know, I mean, me and him are some different ways, you know? And even his name wasn't, you know, it truly became him. I felt like I was more my dad this time around than anything.
By the way, leading into one of the big stories was the sounds that you make when you hit the heavy bag. How did you respond to all those videos? And is that on purpose? Is that by mistake?
Yeah. Yeah, I like making sounds.
Goalie, you kind of executed everything like so nonchalantly. Going into the ring after you won, you didn't even put your hands up in the air when the bell rang. Why was that? Why'd you go about your business like that all week and in the fight?
I don't know. I can't give you guys an answer. I don't know.
Rolly, a couple of weeks before your fight, I got a chance to interview Coach Bullet. He let us know that he believed in you deeply, he loves you deeply. Talk to us about your relationship with Bullet, even though he's not your primary trainer anymore.
At the end of it, Bullet's still friendly. He's been with me for a very long time, you know. Bullet knew I was in this. Everyone knew around me on the game.
Well, you knocked Ryan down with the same left hook sequence that you did in your sparring session with him previously. Was that by design or? I'm sorry?
It wasn't the same left hook. Completely different. You know, the other left hook, I was coming at him from an angle like this, and I hit him right there when he tried throwing an uppercut. This one, he threw in a hook. I caught it, and I boom, and I hit him with a double hook. You know.
Was
the
there?
first hook was the one that hurt him, but so it wasn't the same sequence.
Was there something about him that made you think that he would be susceptible to a left hook?
Y'all haven't seen his fights? No, I mean, y'all haven't seen his fights?
I've seen him.
Okay. No, okay.
What's next for you, Rolly? Who do you want?
I haven't even thought that far ahead. I don't really think that far ahead, you know? What I really want is a nice vacation, which y'all all interrupted my vacation. By the way, I was in Miami. I was gonna go to an island. I was gonna go, you know, probably go be sipping on a coconut or something, you know? And then y'all, it's like, oh, I gotta come over here. I'm like, okay, I'll come over here and come back. And then I gotta go home. So now y'all delayed my vacation a few weeks.
But Rolly, nobody knows this, but the day before you fight, you hung out with a bunch of kids and you gave away shoes. Tell me about that. I mean, other fighters leave me alone, I won't be bothered.
Well, no, I was giving away shoes to kids with autism. Well, I have 2 cousins with autism. Even the people closer to me in the industry, you know, they have autistic kids too.
That was very nice of you, but then you said you found out doing it.
Yeah, my friend Reese, he's set up.
By the way, your dad wasn't at the fight, you called him out. Is that the first fight he's missed?
No, it's not the first fight he's missed, but there's other reasons why he could not attend. Otherwise, he didn't want to be there, and I wish he would have. It's for the better that he wasn't there at this moment.
Rolly,
Just personally, I can't.
Rolly, who actually qualifies as a big fight right now? Which fighters? Which fighters actually qualify as a legit big fight in your mind?
Y'all want me to move Ryan's ass again?
You said Ryan? Like who actually makes the cut is, okay, I could get up for this, I can really give a shit about this and be motivated for it. Like, which fighters actually qualify?
Rolly Pacquiao.
Well, Barrios, do you think he beats Barrios?
No matter if he beats Barrios or not, still Rolly Pacquiao. I'm philosophy Pacquiao. Oh, that's another thing, Brady. Pacquiao, another one that don't give a fuck about losses, and everyone keep tuning in for him, right? Bro, all that undefeated shit, that don't mean shit if you're not fighting nobody gives a fuck about it.
Rolly, who you going on vacation with? You got a wifey?
I mean, I might be in love.
You might be in love?
I might be in love.
Okay.
You and Broner, how big would be that first fight?
How we looking, you guys? We good?
The biggest trash talk fest ever. But I don't know, you know, cause I like Broner, you know, like I like him a lot, you know, and it's, me and him get along really well, you know. But I will proudly roast his ass and whoop his ass. So, you know, so that would be that right there would be a very fun one for the fans in general.
And what do you tell all the people who now say, I wish we can, I've heard this a lot, I'm a Rolly fan now. Like they weren't a fan yesterday, but today they're not.
They've always been Rolly fans. Everybody's always, I've never, and they could talk all this shit they want about me on the internet and all this stuff, right? And they're probably gonna talk shit about me in 2 weeks. I'll probably do something stupid in 2 weeks, they'll start talking shit about me, whatever. I'm used to it, right? But have they ever disrespected me in person? Or what do they do when they come up to me in person? Pictures, autograph, mob me, swarm me. Because I'll tell you like this, I got a different aura than every single one of these other fighters were. It's like y'all all see me at fights and stuff like that. It'll be like a mosh pit of like 50 people just following me around. And I don't need no bodyguards or any of that stuff because, you know, all these people that want to go be in an entourage and all that stuff, I make my own entourage. So myself, it's just me, you know? I don't really hang out with people. I'm always by myself, you know?
Did anyone from the Saudis or PBC say anything to you about this is what we'd like you to do next? Fight-wise?
No, we haven't talked about it. PBC's letting me or anything.
Brody, has something changed in your camp or just your mindset? Because throughout the years, you seem like you matured. You used to talk like more crap before. Now you're more like letting your hands talk and letting you talk in the ring more than you talk outside. What has
I mean, I
changed?
still talk outside. I'm always trash talking something, or I trash talk myself. I don't even care. But
you seem more focused though.
no, I've always been focused. It's just, you know, it's also the maturity. You know, I have matured a lot. Really, you know, last year was really hard on me. Like even from like it was like starting like towards the end of 2023. You know, it was really hard on me. So you know, like you know how it is. You know, every like 6, 7, 8 years, you know, you go through these weird depressions, man. You know, where you come back and you become a better man. I'm sure that all you guys are going through it as well. And I feel like overall, you know, I became a better man. I grew closer to Jesus. You know, I read the whole New Testament in a week. You know, I just became overall a better man, and not really just spiritually, but just helping out, just helping people, understanding people, understanding everyone around me, caring for the people.
It definitely shows. After the fight, when Ryan Garcia, like, he gave you the pound and giving you props, you kind of seemed like you felt bad for him in a way. Did you feel some type of way for him, being that you know him for so long?
No, I mean, obviously I don't feel bad for anybody in boxing. I feel bad for the person who's driving to work at 4 in the morning and gets hit by a drunk driver. I feel bad for that person. I don't feel bad for somebody that signs a contract and gets their ass kicked.
How did you feel when Ryan cried?
Yeah, see, I really want to go talk, like I said, bad about Ryan for crying, you know, and like I said, like, it just shows that he's human. Like I said, like, earlier in another interview, in the same band, you know, I was saying to Ryan, I was crying too for me, because I really achieved everything I said I was going to do, you know, and I mean, that's overwhelming, you know, I mean, it just shows that he's human. It shows that I'm human too. And anyone that wants to go talk shit about him, they're just hating on the internet and they're miserable because they can't do what the fuck we do.
Really, you got a version of the WBA title now. Jermall Ennis, he has the full WBA title. Is there a path for you guys to be fighting together?
See, the thing with Jermall Ennis is a tremendous fighter. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but it's not a massive fight, you know? there's so many bigger fights for me. Like, would I rather fight, I don't know, for instance, Pacquiao or Jermall? What's a bigger fight for me? What fight would sell more? Me and Broner or me and Jermall? Broner. What would sell more? Me and Ryan again or me and Jermall? What would sell more? Tank coming up to fight for his fourth division, or me and Jermall? It's just basic, you know. What's a bigger fight for? Like, it's not. I'm not even talking about money. Fuck the money. What's a bigger fight for the boxing world? So that's how I really feel about that. I have no problem with him. I think he was doing great. I think he eventually was going to get to that point where, you know, he's a tremendous fighter. And honestly, I don't even think he was going to be at 47 next month. He's a kid.
What do you tell all the critics that criticize every aspect of your boxing, but you're a 3-division champion?
Rolly, you mentioned like you fight to be world champion, not for money. But some of those guys, Ryan, Pacquiao, they don't have belts, and Norman and Boots do. How do you reconcile the two, man?
See, but the thing is, those fights aren't for money either. Those fights are for legacy. Those are more legacy. And those are, would I be more remembered for fighting Jermall or Brian Norman, or for beating Manny Pacquiao? What would I be remembered more for?
Beating Pacquiao.
Okay, so I mean, there's a lot more than that. I mean, I've had 3 belts now. So like I said, I mean, if one of those people had one of those belts, obviously I would. But I mean, I still overall want to go out to the legacy fight.
Guys, 2 more questions, please.
If you're gonna fight Pacquiao, would you try to do the sit-up challenge first?
How he does 2,600, right, Ellie? Yeah, that might be a little too many for him. I tried that stick thing, it hurts a little bit.
Do you want to see Manny back in the ring? Do you think he should be fighting at this age, 46?
I'm hearing he's going to come back. That's been all over Twitter, no?
But do you want to see? Would you want to fight a 46-year-old Pacquiao?
I'll fight him. I mean, there's fighters that win up, like, and they continue to fight even as they're older. You know, he's coming back for a certain reason. So I don't know. Like I said, it's still a legacy fight.
Did your dentist just tell you anything about?
Was there any rematch clause involved at all, Rolly? Like, have they told you, like, hey, like, they're requesting, like, for a rematch on Ryan's end?
I had a rematch clause, but the rematch clause was like they had to him and Devin had a rematch, so I don't know what's going on. I don't really, like I said, I don't know what's going on their end. I don't really care what's going on their end. I think the hype for their rematch has completely died out. I still would like to see it personally because, I mean, who else doesn't want to go see his ass beat again? But, I mean, I don't know. I can't really say.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Rolly.